Well, what happened?
What happened? Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again.
Welcome and good evening to another episode of the C-List Villains, your cultivators of the comic culture. I'm your host, AJ. We've got Red, we've got E-Man, and we've got some special guests in the building tonight. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, ladies. We've got the creators here, the owners and the creators of Kwento Comics.
Welcome, ladies.
Thanks for having us. Oh, he's got the whole bundle.
Oh, wow.
1, 2, and 3. That is a real fan right there.
That's a deck.
Bam, and then I got red.
Oh,
where's your stickers? Where's your stuff? Where's your stuff? Right there it is. See, look. Red. Wow, we know what's up.
Well, first and foremost, we want to thank you three for coming on to our show tonight. I know that you girls are very busy, with your creator-owned stuff, and we appreciate and humbled that you're able to give your time to come on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Of course. I know Red and E-Man have been very excited about having you girls on. I am as well, but E-Man has been, really loving your guys' series. So he's extremely excited about having you guys on tonight.
I really am. We definitely want to be able to push this, right? We want to share with the world what the Mask of Haliya is, and what better way to share what a really cool comic is than to have the creators and the executive team from the comic book company actually join us on the show tonight. And we have the COO Waverly Lim right there. We have the writers Caitlin Fajilan and Jennifer Zhang in the house. What's up? I'm so glad that everyone's here. Yay!
Yay.
Well, is it Fajilan or Fahilan? I totally.
It's Fahilan.
Also, I'm the editor mostly, so yeah, Caitlin is
our editor, art supervisor, Jen. Oh, I'm this way now. It's a mirror. Jen does it all. She also wears 1,000,001 hats, so you can ask her about that as well.
Well, first up, I guess we're like the big question, I guess, right? You guys is why Kwento Comics? What's going on? Why start it? What's going on with it? Tell us a little bit about Kwento Comics.
Yeah. So my mom and I actually co-founded Kwento Comics together. We've been a dynamic duo since my birth. She's like my best friend. And I came out to LA a few years ago to pursue acting. And my mom would ask me after coming out of audition, she was like, how was it? And I'd be like, great, but I didn't really see a lot of people that looked like me in the room. And so I would go into these castings and then see what they would cast on television at the end of the day. And it didn't look like me or people that looked like me. And, this was before we had Crazy Rich Asians and, and Everything Everywhere All at Once, where now we're starting to see, some of that representation. But if you ask people a few years ago if they could name, 5 movies with an all Asian cast, most people wouldn't be able to do that, right? And so my mom and I were like, instead of, just sitting around talking about the problem, let's be the solution. Let's be the change. And we realized that didn't just start with on-screen representation, but really off this page and off the screen with writers and directors and producers and artists and people who look like us to tell our stories in an authentic way. And so that's kind of the birth of where it all started.
And what about for you, Jennifer and Caitlin? How did you guys get involved with Kwento Comics?
I'll let Caitlin start.
Oh, well, I was a filmmaker who was attending meetings at this organization in Los Angeles that was dedicated to the advancement and promotion of Filipino Americans in front of and behind the camera. And I guess Waverly's mom saw one of my films, and we also happened to have been cast in a short film together. And so we were driving to Idlewild when we got to know each other. And like a couple of months later, Cecilia asked if I would be interested in helping write a comic book series starring a Filipina superhero teenage heroine type thing. And from then on, it kind of just grew, and I ended up being the sole writer on the project. And later on, I asked my best friend Jen to come on board. Jen, I'll let you take over from there.
So I kind of fell into it by accident when Caitlin basically hung out at my place at night and was telling me about the story that she was writing with the Kwento team. And she was experiencing some roadblocks in her creation of, this giant series, because the world of the series is so vast and involves so many storylines. So when she pitched some ideas to me, I was offering her, essentially acting as her soundboard. I offered some potential solutions, and it helped crack something open. And as time went on, we had so many of these conversations that she was saying, like, you know what, let's talk to Cecilia, the CEO, for you, because I feel like you could be brought on for this project, So I initially came on as a sounding board, like staff writer help team for Caitlin, who is the head writer. And then I eventually became like her editor, then became the art liaison. And now I'm like the hiring manager, project manager, and everything in between. So
yeah, 7 different hats at Kwento. I love it. That's awesome.
Everyone, yeah. Like I said earlier, we are a small but mighty team.
So how many people are working at Kwento right now, including the artists that you have out in the Philippines?
Oh my gosh. So many people.
We hired some more artists to help us get 4 and 5 done at the same time right now, because we're just super ambitious. When you bring a bunch of Asian women together, we're just gonna really, be extra ambitious. I would probably say there's about 50. If you go on our website, on our bio page, you can see everyone right there. But not only are we comprised of our writers and our artists, but also our marketing team as well. So I would say there's probably 10 plus of us by now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
There's also,
we're keep growing.
artists. Yeah. There's also artists that we bring on as cover artists only. Yes. So they're not like with us for the entire process, but so we bring those on as well.
So we wanted to do something a little bit different at Kwento. We thought it would be really cool if we had a different cover artist per issue to kind of highlight, different Asian female artists. And we kind of are embracing that the style looks, a little different with each cover, and really just like highlighting them and their artistry and their work. So
nice. And I'm just kind of curious, with Waverly, with you and your mom, how did it come about to start the comic book company?
Yeah, my mom has actually been a fan of comic books for a really long time. She tells a story of going on the bus with her mom, and every time they would hop off on the stop, there was always a stand right there, like a newspaper stand or comic books, and she'd pick one up, and that was like her little treat when she went with my Lola on the bus. And so she talks about from a young age really loving comic books. And throughout my entire life, my brother and my mom just watched so much sci-fi and fantasy. So I kind of just got roped into that, as well as me just, loving theater and acting anyways. And so she just thought that comic books were so universal. It's such a universal medium. Everyone, loves a good story, loves good artwork, that would be a really cool way to show our stories. It was also in LA where she was really discovering Philippine mythology. She loved Greek, Roman, and Norse mythology. And when she was diving deep into our own cultural pantheon of gods and goddesses, she was just like, there's so much here. This needs to be, put on a page. So, more people can explore these deities and whatnot. So, yeah. Comic books.
I love it too because I'm half Mexican and half Filipino. Recently, we went back to Mexico and we studied, not studied, but we visited like a Mayan area, and it was really cool to hear about all the different Mayan gods that they have there. And I was always wondering, like, do the Filipinos have something like that? And you guys just came in right on time. Like, there is, Filipino folklore. There is like Filipino gods before the Spanish came in, and I'm really glad that there's a company out there that has a chance to be able to tell those stories right there. So Caitlin, as a writer, do where do you find all the where do you find the mythologies for this? Like, where do you go to study about the old Filipino mythologies and then just bring it forth in the Mask of Haliya?
Yeah, well, it actually came out of necessity at first because I didn't know a ton of superhero culture type stories, which is initially how the story was pitched to me, or at least the concept. But I did know that I liked fantasy, I like mythology, and back in college, I wrote like a play that was based off of Philippine mythology. It was a comedy, but I remember doing that when I was in my early 20s and thinking it would be kind of cool to bring this back in some iteration. So I decided to lean into the fantasy elements and really kind of do research into the mythology angle, because we call it mythology, but there's kind of a push from certain academics nowadays to consider them pre-colonial folk. Was it pre-colonial folk religions, right? Yeah, because there are some people who still practice certain levels of animism within the Philippines, and the internet was my friend, Google was my friend, but I also had a bunch of books that I borrowed from different people, kind of really stiff academic type books that talked about, Philippines from like tens of thousands of years ago, as well as the many different types of monsters that appear in all the different regions and what that could mean for the collective psyche, right? And I decided it'd be interesting to incorporate these elements into the story in a way that kind of reflects what the characters are going through and also reflects what the Philippines is going through as a people as a whole and as a history. So luckily, I was able to get an assistant researcher last year that Cecilia was so kind to grant me. And he was able to kind of go in and do a lot of the nitty gritty research. And we've all got a master folder that we've used since 2018. And everything goes in there and everything is categorized. And even in the research portions, there's folders upon documents, and it's still growing all the time. So it's been quite a process. That's it.
And Caitlin, I'm curious to know. I know that you've written, you've done short films and things of that nature, but writing a comic book, is it a different type of thought process, or is it pretty much the same?
It should be, but because I didn't have a lot of experience writing comics, I think luckily comics doesn't have a super strict what is it now? That they aren't really as strict as say television would be in terms of format for the scripts. And I was approaching it from my film TV writing background, and so I think the scripts kind of took on a more of a televised or cinematic feel, at least for American comics. I read a lot of manga growing up, so I noticed that a lot of Japanese comics they tend to linger on little moments a little longer in a more cinematic fashion. And that created a lot of issues when, Jen and the others had to go and translate it into panels because there's just so much story. So it was really challenging. It's been rewarding because we've all learned a lot in the past couple of years.
What's your favorite manga right now? Don't be shy. Don't
Me?
be shy. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of going through a Junji Ito phase. I started reading Uzumaki back in like 2017, but I just read Romina again, and I'm kind of looking into some of his other horror works. But I always read Evangelion when the books were coming out in like the early 2000s.
I didn't read it.
Yeah.
I was more of the anime fan, because
of
course
really?
Evangelion
Okay, yeah.
was like Evangelion was a huge thing, right? Yeah. But then the stories were really, really, really good.
Yeah. Great art.
So what inspired? Let's talk about the Mask of Haliya, because the that's just what we're here for. We're here to talk about comics here. You know, we have the story of this young Filipina American. Can you guys tell us about the story? Let our listeners know, what is the Mask of Haliya about? Waverly. I choose you.
I was gonna say, I was like, Jen wants to do her spiel when we're at the Comic Cons, because I love the way she pitches this thing.
Jen, I choose
okay,
you.
like picture POV. You're at LA Comic Con right now. It's December 2022.
Oh my
and
God.
You see these three amazing ladies behind a booth, and this girl sells you on what the Mask of Haliya is.
Well, if
I mean,
it's,
you're
if
pretty
it's a
good
Comic
too.
Con, this is going to be very specific. So we're gonna fully
good.
step into that. Okay.
Okay,
So,
all
like,
right.
do it.
Everyone
Let's do
watching,
it.
everyone watching, everyone watching,
Walking by
everyone's watching the con.
and we're like, hey, have you heard about Philippine mythology? Have you heard about us? We're actually
I have
Kwento
not.
Comics. So
Yeah, we're the first all Asian female comic book company.
all Asian, all female comic book company. And we looked that up so that we can have that title. So our story, The Mask of Haliya, is centered around this teenage superheroine named Marisol. And she actually has powers from the moon goddess Haliya. Now, in Philippine mythology, the moon goddess Haliya is nemesis to this giant sea serpent right here. I would show you a postcard of Bakunawa. And it is said that there used to be 7 moons in our sky, and Bakunawa, the sea serpent, ate every single one of them, which were Haliya's siblings, leaving only her behind, which is why there is only 1 moon in our sky. And our story follows Marisol as she gets through Catholic school in the Philippines, as she makes breaks friendships. She there's a lot of mental illness and mental health and generational trauma addressed in this story as Caitlin is cackling. I think it's a huge selling point. So if you're thinking about like Game of Thrones meets Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, this is the story for you, honestly. It's going to be a huge serialized world that has multiple arcs, and the first arc is going to have like 15 to 20 comics, and right now we have 3 of them here for you today, but we shall have 4 and 5 very soon in the next few months.
Nice,
So,
nice.
there you go.
I don't even want to hear about. I
trauma.
grew up with Catholic school trauma.
Oh,
I grew up with that.
Yep. Most Filipinos.
Yeah.
The
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. There's honestly just a plethora of just really amazing Filipino artists from that time that I even hear that worked in Marvel and DC, that were ghosts back in the day, that have now, like come out of the woodwork and like talked about their experience. I think it's really cool that our, culture and community was part of that.
Mm-hmm.
What I like right now is that we have, Marvel has Wave, and I was, AJ was the one that turned me on to Wave. Like, he was like, "Oh, dude, we got to get this comic right here. It's the first Filipina artist." I'm like, or first Filipina superhero. I'm like, wait, what? Looked it up. Like, I need to get this. AJ ended up getting like quite a few of them, and it was really cool. I'm like, look, I can show my daughter that there's, a Filipino represented in Marvel.
It's huge.
That's a superhero, right? Marvel's got a huge name behind it. What I love about Kwento is that you guys are actually bringing in what did you call it, Caitlin? Not folklore, but
pre-colonial folk religions. I know it's a mouthful.
Yeah,
that's needed though. That's something that a lot of I didn't know about it myself, and I thought that was really awesome that you guys are able to do that, and also make it relatable by creating a comic, a comic that even my daughter could read, and that's important right there. What you guys are doing right there is huge.
Yeah, I think it's also important to note too. We talk about this a lot in our own research, and we try to stick to as much, of the authenticity of these myths and these pre-colonial religions as possible. But the Philippines is made up of 7,000 plus islands, and each island has their own, name for all of these gods and goddesses in these stories, slightly tweaked. So there's just lots of variation and lots of different versions of the same stories.
Now, you guys said that there is an arc of 20, like the 25 arcs or 15 arcs. Is that what you said?
About 15 to 20 issues
Jesus
for this
Christ,
first.
no.
Oh, gotcha.
Per
I was like,
25 marks.
We all come from a film and
Like
television
the
background.
Simpsons.
We always say like
Right now.
Simpsons, like we're like writing a television show.
Wow.
He's turning on the pressure on you guys. Although we're expecting 25 arcs now.
Yeah.
I thought I heard 25 arcs. I'm
Maybe
sorry.
when we're like 80 years old.
25 arcs, yeah.
20 per arc.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Yeah.
I mean, for
Gotcha.
Asian women, we are gonna live forever, but can only dedicate so much time. I think the 20 issues per arc,
Yes.
and like.
But something
think,
really
like,
exciting we
5
want to
arcs.
do for our readers is we are going to start volumizing. So at issue 5, we're actually turning issues 1 through 5 into a graphic novel. And that will be
Perfect.
debuting at San Diego Comic-Con.
I will pick up that copy. I'll be there with Red. So
Yay!
I'll be there for sure.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's so cool. This is our first year applying and we got in. So it's
Nice.
Like, we're
Oh, nice.
really
Are you guys gonna have a panel by any chance?
We're actually working
That would be
on that right now.
amazing.
Definitely would love to be a part of a panel. If there's one, that would, have us. We're definitely talking to some people for sure, because it would be really special to even just have a panel with Filipino creators, all women creators, something along those lines.
So let me ask you guys this then. Mask of Haliya is awesome. This is the first comic. Do we have any more comics coming down the line? Other comics. I don't even know why I thought about that.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. That's the word I'm looking for. Are there any other series coming down the pipeline?
Yeah, we've been in development with another series for a really long time, just trying to fine tune it. Like Caitlin has been on this project for almost 5+ years now, and we really got started with the artwork maybe a year or two even after that. So we really care about the story at Kwento, and we really want us to have a fully fleshed out series before we even get into the artwork, so that everything is really mapped out. And so this next series is going to be a lot darker, a lot more horror. I mean, the Mask of Haliya is already pretty dark, but this one will explore some other more scary monsters that reside in the.
Will it take place in the current world that you've created, or a separate universe, I guess you could say?
Yeah, we believe that we're going to keep them all within the same universe, and maybe explore a different island. Who knows? You'll have to stay tuned. But yes, we're going to be exploring mythologies as well within the Philippines.
Now, so we've interviewed Budget Tan, who's done that comic Trece. We're trying to get Kajo in here too, but they deal more with the scary stuff, right? The tigbalans and all that. Is that an area that you guys are going to try to go into? Is that what this next book is about, or are we spoiling stuff?
Quite possibly. I'm not sure if we're going to use exactly the same monsters, but definitely along that same vein as well. Also, just dealing with different themes. A lot of the stuff that we talk about in like the Mask of Haliya, we really emphasize on wanting to touch on, like Jen said, mental health, divine feminine. We're even talking about, kind of the underbelly political corruption that happens in the Philippines. And our new series is going to deal with totally different themes. So we're excited about that as well, just to spice it up.
Generational trauma is really what got me in the first original thing that you guys talked about, that because that does it for me for sure.
How relatable.
She understands me.
Now I have to ask, how much pressure did you guys feel when you guys started the company? Was there pressure at all, or did you kind of felt like this was just a project that you guys are doing for fun? Like how's that process? Because there's a lot of us who've always wanted to have that entrepreneurial spirit, right? But you guys are actually doing it. So what motivated you guys to keep going?
Wow. I mean, that's a big question. I think like Waverly can attest to the production side of it, and Caitlin and I can talk about the process side of it. I don't know if Waverly.
Yeah, I'll start. As far as starting the company, Definitely an immense amount of pressure considering I've never done anything like this at all. But what really made me confident in what we were trying to do was our mission of what we were trying to achieve with Kwento Comics, the stories that we wanted to tell, having agency over, our own stories and bringing in women of color, Asian women, assembling that team. And then also just doing it with my mom. My mom has done the whole corporate America thing, was, a lawyer. She has a wealth and surplus of knowledge that I am learning from every single day. And so honestly, having her beside me, teaching me the ways and how to run a business has been instrumental in my growth and role in Kwento Comics and what I get to do today. And I will say that like my weaknesses are her strength, and some of her strengths are my, it goes both ways. So I think just having my mom there by my side has really been instrumental. But yeah, I think all of us can attest, again, being Asian women, we are perfectionists, and we will literally, just keep working it and editing and revising until every little thing is like perfect. That's the spirit across the board with I can say it with every single team member, that everyone just strives for the very best work that we can possibly produce for people.
Right.
And then I think Caitlin and Jen can talk about the story a little bit more and just finessing all of that, massaging.
You're not trying to push an issue every month, right? You're just going to go finish up one issue and then release, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. We've been going on our the first issue. I would say artwork probably took us, Caitlin, what, a year, almost 2?
Oh my gosh, no! We started getting conceptual artwork in 2019.
Concept art, yeah.
Yeah, it didn't come out till 2022. So think about that. Like how much we had to go through. We didn't realize how long it would take. In fact, it even got cut in half because it was just so long and we needed to put out something soon. So it just, I think all of us were anticipating that the production process would go a lot more fast. We thought it would be like, they come out with things once a month or in some magazines once a week. But when everything is fully funded on your own and you're working with people halfway across the world and we're all still learning and it's all fully colored with lettering and a different cover artist every time, it just takes so much time and energy and effort. So it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. I want to, emphasize that we are a very small team and like all of us work our butts off to make this happen, So like we do take longer, I suppose, than the average like comic book production company for that reason, but it's very much like organically homegrown. You know what I mean? Like I guess like our process story wise has also been years in the making, because it's such a rich world. We're not directly like just copy and pasting existing pre-colonial folk religions. We are actually taking inspiration from that and weaving original characters in a world that lives concurrently, drawing from those religions. So it's actually very much like lore based and has a lot of world building involved. So Caitlin has been on this longer than I have. She and I have collaborated and had many a late night discussion to try to, flesh out even just the first arc of the story. Like she already has ideas for like how the series will end, but like, there's so many steps to take before we even get there. So yeah, like if you just imagine how long it takes George R.R. Martin, not saying that we're George R.R. Martin, but still.
But saying we are George R.R. Martin,
For
Right.
him,
You can hype yourself up, guys. Come on.
Yeah, dude, shit.
don't
We
even-
are. You do that. You put yourself in that scene.
It is a multi-perspective, multi-POV drama. So like you're going to be following multiple threads and multiple storylines, and each person has history with some other person in the world, and to develop a world that complex means there's a lot of work involved. And since we have very few people on board, it's a lot falls on us. So
But what I will say is that San Diego definitely did give us the kick in the butt to get 4 and 5 out because we knew that at 5 we wanted to do the graphic novel for our fans. We knew that was super important. Also much for, oh my gosh.
Ouch. ouch.
But yeah, no, we wanted to have something really exciting and special. It's our first San Diego, and we wanted to, go into it with a bang. And so that's why we are ambitiously doing 4 and 5 simultaneously now. Because we do realize that a lot of people do like reading, the full, chapter, if you will.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a lot to, wait for the episodes as they come out. And so to have that all for them is really exciting.
And
Yeah.
striving for that trade paperback really is key because people are gonna wait or they're not gonna wait. They're gonna be like AJ and wait till last minute and just wait for the trade paperback, just read it all at once, But that's a good way
It's
to get the
legit,
story.
yeah.
That's one of the best ways to get the story into someone's hands. Just look, here's the first start. Are we trying to get it at because we're part of Kwento Comics.
Absolutely.
Are we trying to get issues 4 and 5 out by San Diego Comic-Con?
100%. Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
I thought you guys said the trade will be out for San Diego.
Yeah,
in July, right?
Yeah, if we get as soon as 4 and 5 are done, we'll do it. It's just a little bit difficult with printing these days, even with quarantine, paper shortages, that whole thing. So that's another reason why it's really hard to give we have deadlines for ourselves. But at the end of the day, once you move into printing and distribution, that's like a whole nother ball game. So even if we have it, say, printed in June, your comic book store might not even get it till July.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a time frame or a deadline of when you would like 4 and 5 to come out?
They
By
need
June.
to be done by like June, right, guys? Because it needs to be distributed by SD Comic Con, which is in July.
So by May, everything's gonna be released. Everyone who's following the podcast, by May, the ladies are gonna have. Just kidding. Don't listen.
Maybe like June, July, something like that.
Yeah,
Summer,
something like that. But social media is the best way to keep up with everything that we're doing and all of our latest releases and stuff. We're also on Amazon Kindle and another platform called Global Comics, where you can actually download the PDF versions of the books as well. And their site's really cool because even if a publisher takes a book off, you have that download forever. So I think that's a really cool feature.
That's what a lot of people are doing nowadays is reading their comics in digitally. They're going online and Marvel Unlimited, DC. I mean, everyone's got their iPad with them. They're on their public transportation or wherever they're at. And they just got it right there. It's easy access.
Let's say June because we said it on this podcast, and now everyone's just gonna.
Well, it has to be. I mean, no, legit though, it does. Have to
no,
be
it has to be.
Because it has to be printed, and that takes forever, right? So. Yes. We're discussing our deadlines. This is you got a taste of the production meeting. Yeah,
this sounds like a very businessy type meeting. Should we order food? Should we order Chinese food or something like that? And just expect it,
That's actually what we normally do.
So, I
food, and we have a powwow at my apartment, and we get things done.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of which, let's get into NDA phase, Red.
Oh Lord.
Oh yeah, Caitlin, you missed that. This is the NDA phase. I made myself sign an NDA.
You did? Okay, perfect.
Got
So, Caitlin, if we ask questions that you cannot answer for whatever reason, just give us a blank face, and that is considered an NDA face. And we totally understand that you can't talk about it. Like, what's
resting
issue?
NDA face.
Yeah. like for example, Caitlin, what is issue 7 and 8 about?
Your guess is as good as mine, man.
Can't say.
Not kidding there. Just kidding.
So let me ask you guys this. Let me ask you guys this. When you guys are doing your powwow, now we're gonna ask some fun questions here, because whatever you guys just need to just I need something to get everything going. What's the one food? What's the one just food that you're like, I need this to keep this meeting going? What is that one thing that you need in your hand? Caitlin, you go.
Coffee? I don't know.
Wait, really?
Kombucha.
Jennifer.
Pad Thai.
Ooh,
And it's always Asian
that's a good
food.
one. That's a good one.
Anytime I'm ordering, it's always it's just Asian food. Yeah.
Yes.
I get Jen through.
There's this one restaurant right by my work now where they serve that, but like kombucha and fermented food. It's just the weirdest thing to me. But then I go in there and I try. I'm like, okay, this is actually not.
There's hard kombucha now too, so you can get your probiotics in even in the nighttime when you're partying.
Oh.
Yeah,
Give me
that
that.
too.
Destroying the
a
liver while
big
also helping
kombucha
your
guy,
gut
so
biome. Yeah, your gut health.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're getting lit and helping your gut.
Yeah.
Look at Audrey. Audrey's in the house. I love kombucha. Look at her. Isn't she on the team too? Is that is or is
No,
that
that's my
friends?
roommate joining in because
Oh.
they're lovely people.
Caitlin's like, wait, is that another person?
I
Did
was
we hire
like,
someone else?
Man,
and
I
didn't
really
know?
don't know the people on our team anymore. I don't remember that person. Yeah.
Yeah.
And earlier we had someone come in and say that they were like a huge fan of you. Who is it? Who's this guy right here? Do we know who's this David Hagen? He's a big fan of you.
He pulled it back up.
There he goes.
Thank you, David.
Is that your friend, Caitlin? I've been seeing he's been ordering so much. He's like my
No,
favorite person.
I don't
Wow.
recognize him.
Oh, that's
David, I don't
awesome.
know who you are, but I love you.
He's our friend now.
Thank you so much for
Oh.
ordering and supporting us.
Thank you.
David's in the house. Look at that.
Yay!
Yay.
Okay, there's some people in the chat. Here, hold on. This is what I want to do. StreamYard giveaway. I want to do a giveaway here, you guys.
A giveaway.
Yeah, good.
What are they getting?
We're gonna do a giveaway here. All right. Where's that tool? Let me bring up that tool. Where's that? I got that tool. Come on, don't be like this to me now. So what we're gonna be giving away is we're gonna be ordering a set of the Mask of Haliya.
Wow.
And it's gonna be
That's
signed
exciting.
by Cecilia Lim, who's not on the show today.
Who's not here?
She's not even here. And it comes
You
with
have the offspring of
stickers.
Cecilia Lamb.
Yeah.
Well, it's upside down now, and it comes with stickers.
Yay.
Here, let me bring it up real fast here. You guys talk amongst yourselves because this thing's being really weird. I set this up way too soon. Hold
what?
on.
Yeah, are you trying to do the little spinny thingy?
Yeah, I'm trying to do the spinny thing.
It's all good. We have enough time to get people hyped.
I know. Who wants it?
Who wants this?
So what do they have to do to get this?
super easy.
Mhm.
All we want them to do is in the chat. This is what I want them to throw them in the chat itself. I want them to just go ahead and go
Has not thought of the rules.
Go ahead and type in hashtag Kwento Comics.
Aw,
That's all they got to do.
thank you.
How'd you guys come
Follow.
Waverly, how did you come up with the name you and your mom Kwento Comics?
My mom came up with it. Cuento means story in Tagalog.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I am not well versed in our language. I'm sorry.
Yes, no, seriously. And that's the craziest thing is like being Filipino American. Like, honestly, just working on this comic book series has just taught me so much about my own culture, as crazy as that sounds.
It's like Spanish too. I think Spanish is also cuento. Oh.
Hashtag Kwento Comics.
There
Who
you go.
wants it?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, all you guys got to do in the chat is type in hashtag Kwento Comics, and we will go ahead and order you a set of the Mask of Haliya, number 1, 2, and 3. Come on, you guys.
E-Man, are we doing 1 or 2 sets?
The one set.
I thought we were doing 3.
Dude, I'm broke, man.
Oh,
One
25
set.
parts.
One set. That's all we're gonna do.
Let's do 2. Let's do 2. We'll do 2.
You want to do
Sticker,
2?
yeah.
Look, red's super nice. Like, we'll do 2. We'll do 2. Hi 2. Red. Hi 2. All right. How many people we got? 6 people in there. How many people?
I only learned to
I
cuss
learned
in
to cuss in
Tagalog.
Tagalog. Good job, Kyle.
Same.
Hey, E-Man, I forgot to ask you, when you read this the series, did you have a Filipino accent in your head talking to you?
Not for Marisol. Not
Okay.
for Marisol.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Everyone else, yes. I was hearing like aunties just speaking a lot of gossip in the background. Hey, look at her! Oh my goodness! You know, she's
That's a great idea for the YouTube channel. If you want to do a live reading, we had someone do that on TV,
We've had
and
people do that.
it was incredible. It was the best.
Red and E-Man love doing live readings. I'll tell you that right now.
Please
So,
do and tag
one
us.
of my dream jobs would be to do like a voiceover as a transformer, but I know there's baby steps before we get to that, you know. But doing a live reading of a Mask of Haliya book, I think Red that's a cast the C list type of show, isn't it? I like it. All right. You know what, ladies,
it.
we're probably going to end up doing that one of these days. These days, we'll let you guys know. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and spin on 3, 2, 1, draw. Let's see who's going to get this right here.
Yay!
We don't see the spin though.
Oh no, who is it?
Okay, well that one doesn't count. Hold on, that doesn't count.
This is rigged.
Rigged.
This is
Hashtag
totally
rigged.
rigged.
We can't be our own winners here.
It doesn't matter. They count.
Enter yourself.
Oh, I like this idea.
Oh, they enter
Kyle said,
themselves?
boys, you should cosplay the book.
Ooh, I want to be Haliya. I've already claimed it.
That's great.
We're
Yeah.
very inclusive.
Gender bent cosplays.
Yeah.
Those are awesome.
Oh my gosh.
You can.
All right, we're gonna do this one. Rigged. Watch. Rigged. Boo. Look at that herbs.
Dude,
Boo.
I
Okay, we're
wanna
gonna do
see
this
the
again.
Gender bent Haliya cosplay. That would be amazing.
Oh my god, that's true. Would it be fun to cosplay
Yeah.
our own characters?
Dude, that'd be amazing.
Who would you cosplay as?
Roger. Roger. What?
Congrats, Roger.
Congratulations, Roger.
Roger,
do us
thanks
a
for
favor.
watching.
Congrats.
Find us on at the C-List Villains podcast on Instagram. Drop us a message, and then give us your address, Roger, and we'll get that out to you. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, how nice! Look how nice! Audrey, I was ready for you, Roger. I love it. Okay, Red said we're gonna do 2, so we're gonna do one more.
Wow.
One more. We're gonna do that here.
New people entering right now. Anybody else
This
want
is
to?
so amazing.
Awesome. I love it. 7 entries. Is there anybody else who wants to be in this involved? 3, 2, 1. Hold on. Look, hold on. What did Audrey say? Not Jared copying my comments. Big ups. I like it. Congrats. Everyone congratulating Roger. Roger's like, this is the first time I've ever been here. I don't
even know what's going on.
Awesome. I came for the books. I heard giveaway. I heard that there was a giveaway. All right, we're gonna do another one. Yeah. No take backsies. This is totally live. All right, we're gonna do this one more time. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Let's go. See this.
The same 5 people.
What if it's like C-List Villains podcast again?
I'm gonna keep it. Audrey. Congratulations to
Audrey.
Audrey and to Roger. A big one
Your
tonight.
That's your roommate, right?
Waverly's roommate.
I can just give her them. Audrey.
You can literally just give it.
Audrey
Does
not
she
count?
already have it?
She already
Yeah,
has some.
please.
She already has it.
Please pick anyone else.
Okay, somebody else.
Okay, we'll do it one more time. We'll do it
One more time, guys. One more
One more
time.
time. Okay.
So all
Yeah.
4 of you
Give it
guys
to her.
can compete.
Oh my god.
All right, we're gonna
in
do
for drama.
one.
Oh
more.
man.
Roger, if you win again, we're not. Roger's out.
Oh, my
Roger's
goodness.
out. C-List Villains. So there's actually a good chance somebody else is gonna get that.
Oh my god.
Oh
How?
my gosh.
No, we're not gonna do that one right there. Hold on. Spit it one more time.
I can literally hear my roommates laughing in
Questioning the
the other room.
integrity of
They're
this.
having a great time on this podcast.
So
There's a lot of
Hilarious.
nepotism involved.
Kyle.
Kyle.
Yay, Kyle!
Silver Knight Kyle.
That's my boy,
Yeah.
Silver Knight
Silver
Kyle,
Knight
right there.
Kyle.
Kyle, hit me up on
God bless.
Instagram. Hit me up on Instagram. Give me the address, and I will go ahead and send you a set from Kwento Comics.
Woo,
Awesome.
thank
See that?
you.
Look at that. We got 2.
Oh, we
we
love the
got 2
support.
new
Thank
people up, who have access to the comic.
Thank
and
you
I'm glad.
so much. Thank
Yay,
you. Thank you.
Yay!
Appreciate.
Well, so without getting too much into the future issues, is there anything that you can throw out to our readers? Any hints on what to expect in the forthcoming issues?
India face.
Ooh.
I
guess-
Yeah, that's a really good
Jennifer learns. She knows. NBA face, guys. Can't say that.
There's gonna be a lot more characters that are introduced. Right now, there's it's only a couple people, but
Yeah. 2-ish main characters.
there's there's gonna be more Well, that's obvious, surely. Well, no, not necessarily. More monsters, more magic. What else?
More
like political
callbacks to
stuff,
pre-colonial
political type.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some cult activity, if you will.
Cult activity. Oh,
Spoiler!
Oh, did she break the NDA face?
That's not a spoiler.
Just bleep that out.
It's live. Sorry, it's live. We can't go back.
I'm having too much fun on this podcast.
It's out in the universe.
Wow.
It's out in the universe
there's
now.
a cult, but you don't know what kind of cult.
Dun, dun, dun. So let me ask Jennifer. I want to ask you something real fast here.
Okay.
Now you've done some voiceover work. Okay, so the people who joined late, these ladies have done movies. They've done video games. They've lended their voices and their acting chops to being on the TVs and everything here. Jennifer, I want to ask you this: you did some voiceover for Niantic's Ingress, right?
Yeah.
How does it feel knowing that Ingress? Well, it's not a hard question. Don't worry, it's okay. How does it feel knowing that Ingress was like pretty much the groundwork for Pokemon Go? Because Ingress was like it laid the groundwork for Pokemon Go. So like, how did it feel knowing that happened right there?
I mean, pretty awesome. Like the team is rather small as well. Like they're very hardworking. So like I was fortunate enough to meet a few of them through the immersive theater world. And so like I'm a huge gamer. I'm also a Twitch streamer. So like, we basically connected and I auditioned for them and they added me on as like a little character thing. So that was my first foray into acting in video games. I would love to do more.
What game are you streaming right now?
Oh my gosh. I'm playing Horizon Zero Dawn Forbidden West. But I do plan on also streaming the Crisis Core remake. Mm-hmm.
So I have to let you know. So anytime anyone brings up Final Fantasy VII in one way or another, I always have to share this with my daughter.
Oh yeah.
My
I don't care
daughter,
how much money they're trying to extort from me. I will buy every single one of the remakes until they're done.
I just finished Horizon Forbidden West about a month ago.
She's in the chat.
Oh
She's in the chat. I do have to share with you, Jennifer. I named my daughter Eris.
No way.
Yep. My daughter's name is, and it's Eris.
Oh, is that the Eris that's popping up right now?
Yeah. I named my daughter Eris because of Final Fantasy VII.
I don't know what to say.
So anytime someone brings up Final Fantasy VII in one way or another, I have to. My daughter's name is Eris.
That's great, man.
Caitlin. Look at her. Caitlin, I got a question for you real fast. So I was watching the Indescendants podcast just earlier today. You mentioned that when you karaoke, you like to start off with Whitney's Nothing. Now that you're an all-around artist. Yeah, you did say that. Look at her face. She's like, wait,
oh my
did
gosh.
I
have nothing. The song I have.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I did say that.
I like that you're an all-around artist. So let me ask you this question: David Guetta or Rihanna?
Well, sorry, the question was David
Guetta or Rihanna?
Or Rihanna. I heard Ariana. Okay.
That's an easy question, right?
That's an easy question.
I really enjoyed watching the Super Bowl halftime yesterday and seeing my girl Riri kind of tear it up. With Rihanna, it took me years before I realized how much I liked her. But we're here like 15, 16, 17 years later, and I'm like, you know what? Riri is in my heart. She's a baddie, and I'll always...
Tell us a little bit about this.
Yeah, did not. I can't believe it.
I love the way.
Oh my God.
Love the way you lie.
Oh my God,
Yes.
you look like Keena Grannis here.
You
That
are
was
cruel,
crazy.
people. Cruel.
That was awesome. So
Dude,
I didn't, when is the karaoke album coming out? First of all, and
You don't get the answer to that. You're cruel people.
you did good. Look, it's out in the YouTube world. I wanted to
And
share
it
it
needs
with
to
your
get
fans.
down. I don't know why that's still there.
No, that need. I have never seen that.
I've
Nor
never
will you
seen
know.
that.
I'm gonna message that person.
Oh my gosh, I'm so
Look
excited.
at that. Look at that. Kyle's a rock star.
No,
Look at this.
No, Oh god, the hair.
Those heels were not
The
ready
hair,
for her
the bad
song.
lip syncing.
That was
the outfits. No.
So when is the album coming out? That's what I want to know,
Wow.
Caitlin.
I mean, I'm in a little indie musical duo band, and we were supposed to come up with our EP last year, but that didn't happen. So I don't know, maybe this year or next.
It's called
Sometime.
Rue
Huh?
the
What's that?
Band, if you want to follow it on Instagram, is her
What's it
band.
called?
Oh, the band. Yeah, we're called Rue.
Rue
The band. It's just RUE the band on Instagram if you want to follow and give us some love. But yeah, oh, you guys are funny. I can't believe
This
you
comment
just
section
pulled
is
that
too
out.
much
Is
fun.
this
That's great.
Jen gets
young
like
lady in it? Is
dancing.
that
I get
the other
that.
room?
No! I hate you.
Fire away, fire away.
No, you were just embarrassing
Look
the
at
shit
my,
out of
talk
me.
about resting bitch face.
Oh
Look at
my
that
God.
face. No,
Oh, Kyle
no.
said, "Rue the day, rue the
Please
band."
disappear.
Boom. Boom.
You will rue the day you pulled those videos up.
Oh man,
Oh
I mean,
my
it's on
God.
the internet. It's gonna live forever.
It's honestly,
I
it's
need to
not like
cleanse my
public.
profile online.
Like, go take it up with the creators.
yeah, take it up with the person who put it up there. It was the person who put it up. You blame them. You blame those people right there.
Oh no! I was just a child back then. Hopefully, I'm a lot better now.
Well, hopefully one of these days we get to meet you ladies, and hopefully we'll be able to hang out a little bit more and do some karaoke because Red and AJ doesn't want to admit, but AJ is also a part of a karaoke group. Yes, you are, AJ. Don't lie.
I'm
we
not,
sing
I'm
really
not.
bad. Us three plus like the 9 friends that we have, because our thing is 90s R&B. We're constantly singing like Jodeci,
Oh, cool.
like really off key. It's so terrible. You guys don't want to be a part of that right there, but at the
No,
same
I'm
time
sure
you do
it's
because
fun.
it's super fun.
If you want to embarrass E-Man, the videos are on YouTube too.
You want me to bring those up? Hold on, let me go get those real fast. I have zero shame, Red.
You have the
my
time.
Oh, we want to see it. I think comment down below if you guys want to see this.
Yes, let us know.
I would love
Let us know.
to. Yeah.
You guys want to see this right
Wait,
here?
what are we watching?
We're gonna look for
Them
some old
singing.
us videos.
90s R&B.
I'm not in any of those videos, so
Are you sure about that? Are you sure
Can
about
we
that?
do
AJ?
karaoke like
I'm
on
not
this
in any of
podcast,
those.
like over Zoom?
There's a sound issue. Like
Yeah,
the
you
sound
have to-
doesn't travel as well. So
You'd have to play it like on your own phone. Or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, that's okay. I'd be down to make it happen.
good. Oh,
God.
man.
What are you trying to still? Are you still trying to look for something?
Yeah.
It's
It's terrible. Hold on. No, I can't find it.
You
Oh,
just
wait,
don't
hold on.
want to show
I did
it.
find it. I did find it. Hold on. I found something terrible. This is horrible.
What are you putting up?
Come and talk to me.
Okay, I don't feel bad now.
Oh yeah, I know this is terrible.
Was that on YouTube?
Yeah, that was on YouTube.
Oh man.
And we got some videos with you two in it too, AJ. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Well, I know it's getting time for you guys to go. Where can we find you all? And what do you want to tell anyone who's listening about Kwento Comics?
Well, I will start with you can find us at www.kwentocomics.com, where you can pick up a copy if you are in the US and Canada. And then if you're in the Philippines, you can catch us at your local Comic-Con event and on Lazada, Philippines, and at your local comic book store. Just go to our website and you can see a list of all the stores where we're located at.
Okay, awesome. Caitlin, when's your album coming out?
You guys. Maybe end of this
No
year.
shit.
We'll see.
I like how she's like, oh, you guys got it. End of this year.
I'm
we're gonna
still
go ahead and release
reeling.
it.
Not one, but 2 videos. You guys showed 2 of the videos that should never see the light of day.
What's wrong with that?
They looked me up on YouTube and like found those videos.
So this
Oh yeah, dude.
is what podcasters do. That we're supposed to find. We're
You
supposed
do
to
your
find all the
homework,
good.
yeah,
We do
yeah.
our homework. We do our homework. I take a lot of inspiration from was it Hot Ones? So like
Yeah.
he digs deep cuts
Good
with that
jo-
guy.
yeah, he does. Yeah. Well, you can find me on Instagram at Caitlin.faye or Rue the band if you want to check out our EP details for the future there. Oh.
Yeah, I saw that too. Kyle wants someone.
Shall we sign Silver
you got-
Kyle's chest?
Only if
You got the
tattoo
comics.
it later.
You got the
Yeah.
comics, Kyle. All right, one at a time.
Tattoo
Audrey's like,
Waverly's
get a tattoo
autograph.
Waverly's autograph right there. Katie. Oh,
And-
man.
What about you, Jennifer? Where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram or on my website. It's just Jennifer Zhang, JenapherZheng, anywhere. So just my first name, last name. That's where you'll find me.
All right, perfect. E-Man, Red, did you guys want to say anything before we end the show?
No, just thank you so much. I'm really looking forward to reading number 4 and 5. I really enjoyed the story. It was super
Yay.
cool, super relatable. Like I totally read it like all in the Filipino accents, like where it applies and whatnot. If there's a voice needed for Bakunawa, if it's a male type voice, I would like to audition for a possible read along for that guy.
Can you
Quite
speak
diverse.
snake? Yeah.
Yeah. Do you speak parcel tongue?
Parcel Naka.
I don't know. I gotta like really work on that. I gotta really work on that. No, I can't do it. That's gonna sound terrible.
Wow.
No.
Whoa.
Actor.
It's terrible. No. We're not gonna do that.
Why don't you try your effeminate lisp?
What?
What'd you say, Red?
What'd you say, Red?
Try your effeminate lisp.
Womp womp.
What's your next convention that you guys will be going to other than San Diego?
You
Comic-Con?
can catch us at WonderCon,
WonderCon,
actually
yeah.
in Anaheim, the last weekend in March.
I'll be there, so I'll see you guys there for sure.
Really?
Wow!
Yes,
You have to stop by then. Yes.
I know you guys were at LA Comic-Con, and
Were you there?
I was planning to go, but last
Oh.
minute I decided not to. But yeah.
There's a guy who looked like you who was there.
Oh,
So I was like-
okay. I don't know if that's good or bad, but
I
I
don't
guess
know.
that's
This
good.
is the
What am I
greatest comment
saying? All
section I've
Asians
ever
look the
seen.
same.
Well, now let you guys know there's also a San Francisco Fan Expo at the end of the year. If you guys are looking for
Oh.
Northern California cons, there's SAC Anime, there is San Francisco Fan Expo as well. So make it up here too, so that way I can meet you ladies first.
Where are you
I
guys
want to be able to get.
based?
Absolutely.
Are you in San Francisco?
I'm in the
Hina?
Bay Area. Yeah, I'm in the
Oh,
Bay
okay.
Area. Yeah, and Red's in Stockton.
Oh.
AJ is down there by you guys. He's down there in SoCal, and then we have another guy,
Okay.
Luke. He's up in Portland.
Got it.
But yeah, come up to the Bay Area, and I want to get these signed by like the team.
Yeah, we were there last October for this Filipino book festival, but
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe this year we'll see.
Yeah.
Crossing fingers.
All right, very cool.
Yay.
Oh,
Yay.
will you have a booth at Friendship Games? Do they still have a Friendship Games?
Wow,
I think they do. Yeah, they do.
friendship games is still a thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh my
it's
god, that's
something. Yeah.
crazy.
Oh, we're that old.
Yeah, you are.
Thanks.
I'm the
All right.
oldest
Well,
one
with
here.
that being said, again, thank you, ladies of Kwento Comics, for joining us. And hopefully, we can get you guys back on sooner than later. We definitely want to have you guys back on, especially when the trade comes out. We can definitely get you guys back on, so we can push that out for you guys. Okay.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much. for
much.
having us.
Thank
It's
you.
great talking to you guys.
Of course. It was our pleasure. With that being said, guys, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys all next week. Peace out.
It's good.
Thank you.
Thanks again for listening to another episode of the Sealess Villains podcast, your cultivators of the comic culture. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and email us at sealessvillains@gmail.com. You can also leave us a voicemail or text us at 209-975-7597. Be sure to join Luke Week's Facebook group, Rare Keys and First Appearance Comics. And you can follow us on our 2 Instagram accounts, Sealess Villains and Sealess Villains Podcast. Lastly, follow the villains on their separate IG accounts, at Luke Weeks, at C-List Villainous Red, at C-List E-Man, and I am at AJ the Comic Collector. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you all next episode.